Okay, here we go. So I'll be creating a rock in Blender, something similar to this, and using Substance Painter to put this material onto it. So not speed modeling or anything like that. I haven't been using Blender in quite some time, and I'm just getting back to it. Also, this is how it looks in game currently, so something like this. This is Godot, and yeah, I'll be creating another model, maybe even two. We'll see how fast it goes, so we can use it in the 3D Godot game. Yeah, we'll start by creating a cube. So when you open the Blender file, this is what you get. Sorry. This cube will get rock underscore 0 mat. We'll do it lowercase letters. So now we have this, and we'll just start by, shaping it up into a sort of, rocky formation. So yeah, edit mode, click the face, do this, do that. Okay. I won't go through the details of what I'm pressing. Maybe in the future I might add so the click follower thingy, so you know what I'm pressing. I guess we can do it something like this, maybe like this. So yeah. Second cube. This will get moved like that, maybe a bit down. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe rotate it a bit. So yeah. Maybe even something crazy like that. I'm not sure. I'm not satisfied with it. We repeat. I say we repeat. Okay. Yeah, that's a bit too much. Lower this, move it there. Maybe less something like this. I think that's okay. Add another cube, scale it down, move it here, edit mode. this. Okay. Maybe something like that. We can rotate the entire object, scale it on the x-axis. Maybe rotate it something like this, then lower it. Yeah, I kind of like that. We'll duplicate it again. Now scale it on the x-axis. Scale it on the y-axis, z-axis, depends. I think this does not look too bad. We'll cut off this part of it. And then again. No. So something like that. Yeah, this is cool looking. Okay. Okay, somewhere around here. Another one around here. So just to get a little bit of shape. Just a little bit of shape. We'll add 2 more loop cuts here. So now we can go into, vertex mode, bevel some of these. Bevel some of these out, just to get some shape. Not like this. Yeah. Remove these a little bit, just to get some GG to move it around the edge. Then something like this, something like that. This isn't too bad. I'll rotate some faces. Let's do it like this. Move it a bit out. Yeah, that works. A bit down here. A bit above. And here. Move this one like that. And if we move this will make it a bit easier to sculpt later on, because these 2 edges will meet in the middle or something like that. Okay. I'll pop this one a bit out. Okay, we'll use the knife tool here to add a bit more geometry. I mean, this works fine. So, okay. Currently, we are moving both sides. That's okay. But we'll just quickly add a bit more geometry in this part right here. Oh Jesus. You can lift it up like this, then connect. I think this is fine. So that's cool. Got this one out. That's cool. Just a bit more geometry down here. Something like that. We'll exclude. Oh, sorry. We'll exclude those others. We'll build just these. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Okay, nice. That's good. Merge. No, not at cursor. I meant at center. Thus creating this 4 vertex square. Also, this is a 4 vertex square. So also this is 5, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but it does not matter. Yeah, we'll do a little bit of that. So something like that. I think that's fine. I think this is decent looking, but we can do a bit more geometry. Something like that. I don't like it there. Maybe down here. Or maybe we rotate it like this and add it right here. Duplicate on the z-axis. Rotate z 180. Maybe scale it down, then scale it on the z. So something like that, maybe? Yeah. I think this is maybe not yet, but soon to be a decent looking rock. Soon to be. Not like that. So something like that should be fine, I guess. That's okay-ish. That's okay-ish, I think. Maybe if we lower this one down a bit. Something like that. Yeah, that isn't looking too shabby. Let's put this one on the edge. Rotate a bit more. I get something logically. Yeah, that might work. So I will lower this one to there, like that. Okay, so this is a collection of separated nodes. We can control J them to join them, but we can also what's the we have an add-on called bool tool. Bool Blender join objects for sculpting, something like this. Then
we have this giant part.
Then this, yeah. Bool tool controls Shift B, auto bool. Okay, nice. Control Shift B, union, and we get a single object. Okay, I will call this one rock03. No, rock low 03. Then we will duplicate it. Rock low can go into low poly mesh, the duplication can go into high poly mesh. This one won't be called low, it will be called rock high 03. And we will go into sculpting. Let me just do one thing before. Yeah, rock mat 3 is on the low poly, that's okay. We'll go into sculpting, pressing R in Blender 4.2 for 4.3.2. Pressing R allows us to remesh. So yeah, something like 0.831. Control R will remesh it then. So if you try to, use the scrape tool, which we will be using, this is exactly what you need. So currently I am using a mouse. I do have a tablet for it, but I got used to using the mouse. People say it cannot be done, but people are wrong. So yeah. We will do this with the scrape fill. What's it even called? Scrape fill tool? Brush, sorry. While these right here we'll call hold shift. These are not the sharp edges. These are the inner edges, let's say so. By holding shift and going over it, we just smoothen it a bit, so it gets a better look. And we can go over the sharp edges using the scrape tool. I like using the strength 1 and a radius big enough to handle, I don't know, bigger parts of the edge at once. This is the advantage of the tablet and pen, because you can get these things a bit better, but if you get used to the mouse, I think it's fine. And by fine, I've worked on uh, I've worked on what's it called? Sculpting, beings, so human beings, monsters, etc., etc. Yeah, that's the word. And I did it all with my mouse. Currently, I'm selling a couple of the models on Etsy. Uh, so it's all possible with the mouse, but yeah. See, I use a lower one. It kind of misses the edge, and then I have to go over it like this, and it takes much more time. With a bigger brush, I cannot miss the edge, because it depends on where you click, and if you miss the edge with the smaller one, it affects only the, let me show you, it affects only, one side. Okay, this edge is too good to fuck up, but when the edge is, a bit sharper like this, if you fuck it up, it does not look good. And yeah, so bigger brush, and it allows me to be a bit more quick, a bit more efficient when sculpting these rocks. And on certain places we move into the flat area so that we get, the rocky look. See what I mean? Smoothing these edges. I mean, that problem with smoothing the edges, they are jagged up because we joined the meshes like this. Some rule would be to, create those separate rock parts that we joined together and then sculpt each on its own and then join them, which would, work in your favor of not having those jagged these jagged edges. But I think just using the remesh on each of them, then working for, I don't know, triple the amount of time I need on this to create a simple rock. We need to find the, what's it called, the golden middle, a way to satisfy. So here we are getting some, shapes. It's not perfect rocky shape, but it will help us in our cause of achieving a rock-like look. See, this is a part we joined. These are the jagged up edges. They take a couple of seconds to fix up, and it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, I don't like what I did here because I had the brush this big, so we'll get a bit closer. We'll get a bit closer like that. Yeah, I think that looks good. That looks okay. Achieving levels of some sorts, some more rocky look. It's not that great, but it will do. sure what happened here. So yeah, something like this is perfectly fine. We can leave that as is. Just continue doing everything that we've done so far. Getting all of those edges. I know that I'm going over certain, I don't know, can we call it even order? Yo, Jesus, I fucked that one up so hard. And if we now look at the current state, it even looks like a rock, you know. We have a bit more work to do, but most of it has been, you know, done. So yeah, we have this side here. It doesn't need to be perfect, it just has to be shaped somewhat like a rock. Bam. Oh, damn it. Sure, why not? That's okay. So just this one brush, and using, you know, smooth brush here and there by clicking shift. Yeah, we don't really care about this bottom part that much. This will probably go into the ground. Yeah, so, okay, a bit too big. So something like this should work. That's cool, that's cool. A bit of more detail here. A bit of detail here. Yeah, this is the infamous bottom. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. That's fine, that's okay. So, I think we've done enough damage here. So this also looks rocky in some way, but I can try to, you know, do something like this. Oh, wrong button. Something like that, so we get some sort of edgy hole. I don't know. Yeah. Fix this. Speed modeling, yep. This right here. Fix this real fast. Yeah, I mean, this part, you know, just a little bit of work, just so it doesn't look too unnatural. This is okay. And there you go. Here we have a rock. Small rock, big rock. I'm not sure, but we have a rock. A little bit more detail. That's it. Yep. So now we go into layout. This is the rock high 03. We duplicate it by pressing Shift D, and rock high 03 underscore and decimated, let's call it like we can go into modifiers, modify generate, decimate will lower the count of faces and words 700,000. You can see it also here. 1.4 million triangles. It's not very detailed, but if we do 0.1 and press enter, we need to wait for a little bit until it finishes. Yeah, so the number of vertices went from 700,000 to 70,000, so 0.1 is 10% of what was the original. We will apply it. For games, we need something like 2, 3, maybe 4,000 faces, because this is a model that will be, you know, 0.5, that will be duplicated a lot of times. So you don't want it to be, you know, too detailed. Currently, number of faces 7,000. We will apply it once more. We'll do it again. 0.5 lowers the number of faces to 3.5 thousand. Maybe 0.4. I don't think that looks too bad. I think that looks okay-ish. Let's go apply. We don't want to waste too much time. This is the decimated, duplicated, decimated smooth. I don't know, my naming techniques are not well, you know. Rock Mat 3 is the material on it. This is the Rock High 03 decimated smooth. We will apply Control A, apply all transforms. Also the high poly mesh. So this is the high poly mesh, you know, the one with 700,000 faces, which is quite detailed. And we have the decimated smooth one. You see they overlap pretty well, which is good. That's something we're looking for, because baking demands us to have it as similar as possible. So now we will save, also all transforms, save, export, FBX, yeah, we can call it rock high poly, number 3, select object, smash, apply transform. It goes into my folder with all of them. We will then hide this one. We'll use the smooth one. All transforms. Yeah, save. Export. FBX. Not high. This one will be low. The settings remain the same. We will open Substance Painter. This is the model I'm new to Substance Painter. The model I worked on before this one. We'll go new. Select. Low, we need the low poly one. 2K resolution. Okay, bam, discard this one, no one cares. That's it. Now we have this. Looks like shit, right? Click here, go into baking. Okay, let me just figure out. So ID needs to go to vertex color, color settings. We need to click this. We need to pick the rock high 03. Now if we lower, just a second, let me figure out what's wrong. We need to include height. And no, not raw. No. Minus. Rock high 3. Yeah, that's it. That should be it. But for some reason, let me just check. This is the high model. We will export the high model once again. Rock high 03 export. Okay, hide this one. Smooth. Export FBX. Low. Yeah, everything seems okay. Okay, then we go here. Yeah, this is it. I think I saved it wrong, I'm not sure. So max frontal distance is that difference between the high poly and the low poly. The red one is the high poly that sticks out, and everything that sticks out cannot be baked onto the low poly, at least I think. So we need to move this to make it as perfect. See, we can see the small red dots in few places. So we will move this to 0.38. I think that should be fine. Yeah, we do not see any red, color sticking out. So we turn the height. The ID was put to vertex color, or should it be material color? I think it should be material color. That's my bad, sorry. And bake selected textures. So this now baked the high poly model onto our low poly model. Okay, I think I fucked it up. I think it needs to be vertex color. Let me just check. I baked it again. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, something ain't good here. And what that is, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So this is the material, and we can check this high poly version right here. I think I don't need the high poly version to have a material on itself. So we will export it once again as the rock high 03. Yeah, that's it. We can go here, we can go to baking, we can go vertex color. I'll leave that as it is. Remove this one, select this one. Yes, that seems fine. I think all of this seems fine. If we bake it now, it will still look like shit, right? And why is that? I'm not sure. Ah, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. So go into edit mode, press tab, press A, select all, press U, unwrap Smart UV project. Smart UV project, make sure your island margin is 0.0 something. I have it as a 0.03. Unwrap, that's it. Save. Export this one as the low export. Go to Substance Painter, let's start over again, new, select low 03, okay, discard, we have it here, bake, baking, we need to turn on height, ID, I think it's material color, kill me, we will see common settings, we take the high, no, we take the high poly one, low poly one can go away. I think this should be fine. A bit more. Okay, that should be fine. Now bake selected textures. Bada bim, bada boom. We get this. This is our low poly model. It's not perfect. There are things like this, things like, this. But I have material here that I'm using on all my rocks. When I drop it, we get the rocky texture. And, it has some issues. But due to us working, I don't know, semi-fast, we managed to get this big boy, in a good amount of time. So it's a rock. We go export textures. I have created, we'll talk about it in a different video, OpenGL. So global settings goes to Blender. Blender, it's not my creation. I watched another tutorial which created it, and it sets up all of these, we don't need the DX, all of these things, PNG, 8 bits and dithering. Directory will be D, art, Godot, substance, paint, measure, textures, rock 02. We create rock 03. Here, bam, bada boom. Export. So this will export the normal map, I mean albedo, color, base, whatever you want to call it, height map, metallic map, normal map, roughness map, and many other maps. So now we go back to Blender. We can go into, this is the low poly model, let's not forget about it. So high 03 decimated smooth. Where did we go? We go into shading. Yeah, we have a principal BSDF node, Control Shift T. We select rock 3. I don't think we need the metallic one. I think the metallic one, I'm not sure. I think that the displacement one is problematic. Yeah. So we move this, we move that. So we don't need the displacement map. And we are in Blender, and we have our low poly 3,500 faces, low poly rock with a baked in texture of a high poly rock. And I go into layout. If you turn on the material viewport shading, sorry, you will get this. Depends on the light. The light is, I won't edit now. Yeah, so that's about it. This is proc 3 finished. I can get this one, high poly, delete, this one, delete, this one, delete, and that's about it. So we just created this rock here, we have this rock here. So yeah, this one was a pretty big, step up. It has some issues like that here, but I think all in all it's good. And we have this one here. I messed up the textures on this one, so it does not look as pretty as the other ones. Yeah, so now I go save, apply all transforms, make sure it's the size that I want. This one is 3 meters wide, 3 meters tall, 3 meters, everything. I go into export, GLB, GLTF, so something like that. And if I go into users, me, Godot, projects, this one, assets, cliff rocks, GLBs. This is the proc 03 GLB. So include selected object. That's important, only this one. And if I go into my Godot project, I will have proc 3 GLB that looks like this. And that's about it, I think. That should cover it.